Yes, my people. Thank you for clicking onto another one of my videos, man. I hope you do enjoy it. This one's a bit different. We ain't got the whiteboard today. This one's just straight off the dome, just talking, just real shit about kind of like my journey in it and the progress and a couple of insights that I've got along the way. Hence the name of the title. The title will probably be something like my journey towards mastery of or self-development or something along those lines, right? But before we do get into the video, happy Bank Holiday Monday to everyone. I hope you're enjoying it. I hope you're spending time in the sun, having fun, you know, chilling with your family, your friends, whatever, cooking up. Had a nice little barbecue myself, can't complain. I won't lie though, you see London weather, oh, it's a joke, man. It's just hot, just no breeze, so you're just boiling. Like, I won't lie, I'm sweating, like, I'm boiling. Like, it's multiple shower weather still, literally. Like, it's actually multiple shower weather, and it's not even hot showers. You gotta have cold ones, lukewarm. Otherwise, you're boiling. Now I'm not complaining because when summer's not here, we're all, you know, everyone's complaining and but enjoy it, man. Do you know what I mean? But sometimes it can be a bit lot. So without further ado, let's get into the video and what I want to talk about. And I kind of just want to talk about my journey towards like mastery, like mastering myself and like my self-development journey kind of, and like the phases that I've kind of gone through and the phase that I'm in now, right? And I like to call it maybe the path to mastery or whatnot, because that is what I am striving towards. You get what I'm saying? That is what I am trying to genuinely achieve. I'm trying to just genuinely grow and improve into like a completely different person, right? Like even now I'm a completely different person to who I was last year, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, all of that, even 6 months ago. Because if you're not growing, it means you're stagnant, and then you're going against the very nature. You're going against evolution because you're not growing. And if you're stagnant, it means you're dying. It means you're dead. And you don't have to be physically dead to be dying. You can deteriorate without physically dying. And when you're not growing, when you're not striving, when you're not improving yourself on a daily, day-to-day basis, you're deteriorating. Whether that's mentally, whether that's physically, whatever, you are deteriorating. And I don't want to live my life like that, you know. I always want to be progressing. I always want to be overloading. I always want to be just being me and just leveling up. Like, who wants to stay the same, really? But we're not meant to change, right? This whole world, this whole life, reality is full of change. Nothing is ever stable. So if you're stable and you're stuck and you're in the same, then something's wrong. Because even this moment's gone. After the words I've said it, the moment is gone. You don't have the same body you had 2 weeks ago, a month ago. Nothing is the same as it was and if it is the same, then something's not right, and you got to take a look into your life. Do you get what I'm saying? Because it means obviously something's not doing well and something's not going on. But I want to talk about the phases, right? And I feel like the phases towards like development or your self-development or mastery, there's a few phases, right? The first phase is when you're like a newbie and you're an amateur, and maybe you're trying to find whatever it is you want to do, or you found your thing or whatever it is, right? And you're trying to just digest as much knowledge as possible. You're going to this guy, you're going to that guy, you're going to this guy, you're listening to all the podcasts, you're reading all the books, you're doing a lot. But it's not like 1, 2, 3 education where it's like you learn this first and then you go here. It's all kind of mumble jumbled, and then it's up to you to kind of calibrate and number it and put it into order, into chronological order. It's kind of up to you at that point, because you're new to the field. You're trying to find out everything. So you might be learning about the basics, but then you're also learning about the intermediate things, but then you're also learning about beginner things, and then it's everything put into one. And in this phase, it's like you're just getting all the knowledge that's possible. You're not even applying it. You're just trying to get all the knowledge. You're writing notes. You're consuming all of these things. You've stepped into a new world, right? And it's like this phase, don't get it twisted, is absolutely amazing because you do learn a lot of things. But one thing I noticed when I was in that phase was I didn't really apply anything. Like, I'm taking all of this knowledge and all of this, and I'm learning this and this, but it got to a point where I'm not applying. And also, by the way, before I carry on, in that phase you're debunking all the bullshit that you've probably heard about that industry or whatever. You're debunking everything. You're figuring out the lies. You're figuring out what's the truth. You're figuring out your favorite videos. You're figuring out what podcasts you like. You're figuring out where you got the most value from. You're figuring out all of these things. It's kind of just like a figuring out phase, but you're learning and you're stepping into it, and it's beautiful, right? But the key thing is you don't apply it. Now, I can't talk for everyone else. I'm talking from my experience. When I was in that phase, I was applying some things, but I wasn't applying all of it, and I didn't give it a long enough time because I was always looking for the next thing. So I was always looking for something else. I was looking for something better. I was looking, oh, I need to learn something new. I need to know this. 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 But cool. Now, let me tell you the benefits about that phase. The benefits about that phase is you start to find your people. So you start to find specific. So let's say if you're in the phase of, or you're trying to learn about, let's say like mental mastery or something, or spirituality, you find your people in that specific niche that you follow, that you listen to, right? You find your people, and then it's like, cool, I like this guy, I can connect to this guy, I feel like he knows what he's talking about, he's taught me a lot, this is my person, this is who I want to follow. The second stage is when you're during that process, which is another benefit, is you go through a phase of where it's like you start to find now your favorite videos, your favorite podcasts. And I don't even mean favorite, like it's favorite as in where you've got the most value. They've given you some serious information and you're like, wow, like this is it. And this is kind of the phase that I'm on now. So I've gone past that beginner's phase, all of that learning, all of that. Now I'm on the phase of, it's like, I'm not trying to consume all this new information, because it's not the new info. I don't need new information. I know more than enough. I've been in the field for a certain amount of time, and I know more than enough. Now I'm in the phase where it's like I need to now apply what I've learned. But in order for me to apply what I've learned, I need to pick my favorite podcast or my favorite books or my favorite lessons from whoever those people are, and I need to just repeat them, and I need to put them in rotation. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's like now I'm in a phase where it's like I'm not even trying to figure out anything new, because I know so much now. It's like I already know the information. I don't need new information. What I need to do is apply the information I've got to actually now get the results. Do you get what I'm saying? So now I'm in the phase where it's like, bro, I have like, how many books do I have? I probably have around 30 books now. And I was always like one of my goals. I wanted to have more books than my age. I'm not 30, like, I'm 25. So, do you get what I'm saying? But cool, like I wanted to have more books than my age. I've got more books than my age, but I sat down and I looked at all of those books and I was like, cool, the books did teach me a lot, they did. But did I need to read all of those books to know what I know now? Probably not. Did I need to? Probably not. I don't think I needed to, because out of all of those 30 books, there's like a select that I carry on rereading. Do you get what I'm saying? But I guess it is worth it in the stage, because that's at the beginning stage. I'm sweating off, you know. Oh my gosh. I'm baking. Yeah, so in that phase, it's like, I guess you had to know your favorite books, and you had to go through that to know your favorite podcasts, know where the value's at, to know your favorite lessons. So I guess it all is worth it. But now I'm in a stage where it's like, I don't need all of those books, and I don't read all of those books. I don't plan to reread all of those books, right? What I'm doing now is I'm rereading the same books on rotation. So it's not about learning new information. It's actually about applying the information, applying the things that I already know. That's literally a phase that I'm on now, and it is working wonders. I'm telling you, if you want to learn something efficiently, don't find new information. You need to just repeat the ones that you know already. The ones that gave you the most value, repeat it. Because who says this as well? Bob Proctor, they said, once you read a book once and you go back to read a book again, it's not that the book has changed, it's that you are a completely different person. And I have noticed that dramatically, because now it's like when I reread the book, it's like I'm noticing things I didn't even notice before. I am sweating off. 1 second, guys. Sorry, man, I was baking, flipping off. Let's open the door and that was too much, man. Get some breeze. But yeah, so like now it's like I'm just rereading the same books, but it's not like it's not like anything in the book has changed. It's that I'm a completely different person to who I was when I first read it, and now I'm understanding certain things that I wasn't understanding before. So like certain things that was actually maybe kind of advanced for me at the time is now like basic, and it kind of went over my head until I had to reread it, and I'm like, oh, so this is what they meant. And this is the whole thing. It's like, I don't think we need new information. I think we need to find the people who we trust the most and stick with them, find our favorite podcasts, our favorite audios, our favorite books that give us the most value, and then just repeat and rinse them until they're locked into our mind, until it becomes a part of us. Now remember, everything you digest, everything you internalize becomes a part of you. I need these things to become a part of me. I need to think of it as if automatically. I don't need it to be a conscious thought. I need it to be a subconscious thought. I need it to be a habitual thinking. I need it to be my normal I need that to be my thinking 9 times out of 10 normally. Do you know what I'm saying? But in order to do that, you have to repeat it. You have to bang it into your mind constantly, because in order to make things go into the subconscious, you have to be calm, you have to be relaxed, and it's also about repetition. If you keep banging something into your head, it's going to eventually get there in the first place. And then you're going to see new things, you're going to understand it in a different way. And I'm telling you, I've done this on so many different occasions. I've got podcasts on rotation. I've got books on rotation. And every single time I listen to it again, I notice something new. Because whether you know this or not, when you're reading or you're listening to something, you don't have your 100% full attention on it all the single time. Not every word, not every second. You don't. It's just not possible. Your mind wanders sometimes. So certain key information that you might have missed previously, now you might actually be locked in, and it's gonna what's the word? It's gonna internalize a lot more, right? Because you've missed it. You can't just listen to something once and think it's okay. You can't just read something once and think it's okay. You can't. It just, to me anyway, in my mind, it doesn't work like that, and I think it's the same for a lot of different people. Tell me if I'm wrong, right? But that's the phase that I'm in. Literally just repeating, rinsing, rotation, and repeating until it is locked into my mind, until I don't need to think about it no more. Because when I was at the beginning, I had to keep thinking, and I would forget certain concepts, and I would forget certain things, and then I'll reread it again like, oh, but it's like, why are things not changing as fast as I want it to change? Because I will switch soon after, because I've learned something new, or I found another little shiny concept that I might try. Do you get what I'm saying? It's like, if you just stick to the people that you like, the people that give you the most value, the people that give you the most information, I feel like you will get to wherever it is that you want to get to fast and efficiently, a lot faster than usual. Now I can say that and you can listen to me, but I feel like you also do have to go through your own journey. You have to go through your own path, right? You have to find this out yourself for you to kind of understand this. Or like, it's up to you. That people have probably told me this before and I just didn't take it in. Do you know what I mean? But now that I've gone through it myself, it's like, oh shit, they're making sense. They're telling the truth. Maybe if I could have made my journey a lot efficiently. But I don't regret nothing, because then that means I don't like who I am now, and everything that I've gone through has made me who I am now. So if I regret something, that means I don't like who I am now, and that doesn't make any sense to me. I love who I am. I love who I'm becoming. I love every single thing about me. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's like, why would I regret anything? Why would I regret anything? Why would I regret anything that's turned me into who I need to become? Why would I regret anything? It doesn't really make any sense. And if you regret things, it's because you don't like who you are now, and you don't like the current version of yourself. So if you're full of regret, you need to kind of do something about it. Build, grow, learn, find out something about yourself that you do like, so you don't regret nothing. So it does all make sense. So it is all worth it. And I feel like I've also learned these lessons from trading as well. As you know, I'm a trader, right? And it's like, it's the same thing. I just had to keep rinsing the videos until it was locked into my head, like the videos of my mentor, and I would have to rewatch them. I'd have to keep backtesting every single day. Now before, it's like, it might seem like a chore. Oh, why do I have to reread this? Or why do I have to keep backtesting every day? But it's so you can train your mind, because we don't just digest things that easily. It's so the conscious and the subconscious can be working together, and then it makes everything more efficient, it makes everything more fluent, it makes everything more easier. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's just the way it is. And like, kind of, that's the phase that I'm at. at the moment. And do you know what's crazy? I haven't read the book Mastery. I haven't finished it actually. I've listened to like I think I've probably finished like half the book. And I think it's the same thing with these phases. You go through an apprenticeship phase, basically what I said, where you're learning, you do whatever you're doing, and then you go through the application stage where you're applying it, then you go through like the teaching stage so you can learn it a lot better. And yeah, and I'm just on the phase where now I'm just applying it, and I'm just applying everything, and I'm reaping the fruits. You know, I'm sowing, I'm reaping what I sowed. So it's like I can't complain really, but like this is the phase that I'm on, and I kind of just wanted to talk about it, like this path of self-development and mastery. And it doesn't actually happen after night. It doesn't happen overnight. Like you're not gonna like you read one book and next thing you know things is like, oh, things have changed. No, bro, it's not. It don't work like that. It's consistent building over a certain amount of time where you start to then finally start to see the results, where it's like you start looking back and you're like, fuck, shit, I done all of that work and it's starting to really pay off. Like wow, like all those parties I missed, or all those times I didn't want to do this and I was studying, and all these times I was reading when I could have been watching Netflix, and all these times I was studying when I could have been listening to music, and all these times I was doing this when I could have been doing this. And it's like, wow, like it really did pay off. And it's not about when, what, how. You got to enjoy it. You got to love it at the same time, because if you don't love it, you're going to go through this mental suffering. And that's also another thing I kind of want to talk about as well when it comes to mental suffering. Most of us live life, remember, as you know, life is mental. Everything is mental. Everything first is up here, right? And a lot of people are actually suffering mentally without even realizing. It's for the smallest little things. It could be you don't want to go and wash the dishes, and then as you're washing your dishes, you're cussing in your head, just saying, oh, for fuck's sake, I hate doing dishes. You're literally suffering. You're mentally suffering. Like, you're going to have to do the dishes anyway, because there's a benefit of you doing the dishes. So you mentally cursing yourself is just wasting and draining energy. There's no need for it. And there was a quote that Naval Ravikant said. He said something along the lines of, it's like, the guy said, oh, like, would you change anything? Like he's big and he's got successful now, and said, would you change anything in your life? And he's like, the only thing I'd probably change is like the mental suffering that I endured when doing it. He's like, I would have just enjoyed it. I would have kind of just enjoyed the ride and had fun instead. And what he's talking about in that specific moment is when we have to do things. For example, when we have to go to the gym, and in our mind we're like, fuck, I gotta wake up early. Fuck's sake, I hate waking up early. I hate doing this. I hate going to the gym. I hate doing this. And it's that mental suffering. It's that mental loop of suffering that you keep replaying in your mind that just makes the experience worse. It takes everything away from the experience, because now you're suffering. You're mentally suffering for no reason, and you don't have to. And I'm telling you, 9 times out of 10, everyone does this for small little things that we generally don't need to suffer for. Like a lot of the things that we complain about, a lot of the things that we say is bad, a lot of the things that we struggle with, a lot of the suffering that we go through is voluntary suffering. We generally don't have to. We just choose to. For some reason, maybe we're trapped in it. Maybe we don't understand it. Maybe we just, I don't know, right? But that's something. It's like, I'm not on it. Something I've tried my hardest not to do is not make the situation worse, even more worse than it is in my head. If I've got to do the task, I've got to do the task. Let's just focus on the good things about it. Let's focus on the efficiency. Let's focus on what it's achieving. Let's focus on what it's bringing. Let's focus on this instead of focusing on the mental suffering that just drains my energy. And then maybe I won't even do it. And then now I'm not getting the results that I want. Now I'm not getting the achievements that I want. Now I'm not getting certain things because I didn't take the steps in the first place. But that was all because I decided to suffer mentally. I decided to suffer in my mind first before even actually physically doing the task. Right? And it's real. It's deep. Like, it's really deep, and I just tried to like mute my mind, honestly, like, because I'd rather just do the task. I'd rather be disciplined. I'd rather do this, because everything's hard, bro. Like, choose your hard. It's hard being poor, it's hard being rich, it's hard to get rich, it's hard to do this, it's hard to become a trader, it's hard to do this, whatever. Everything's hard, bro. Pick your hard. Just pick it. You get what I'm saying? It's up to you. And that's the thing, like, I feel like people generally don't choose. People feel like they don't have a choice in things. And you generally do. You have a choice with literally everything in life. You generally have a choice. To be happy or sad is not based on external circumstances. It's not. It's based on you. It's based on you. It's based on you choosing what you decide to focus on. That's all it is. That's all happiness is. You deciding to choose what you would rather focus on. That's all it is. It is a shift of your perception. It is a shift of the way that you're looking at things. It is a shift of your attention. If you want to be happy in life, it is not based off external circumstances. It is based off of you. Because there's people in Africa that have no money, that have no water, and they're fucking happy, bro, because they chose to be. Because they chose to look on the bright side. Now, I'm not saying, oh, if you want to be like, you should just look on the bright side. But if what you're living like now is shit, and you don't like it, and you don't like being miserable, you don't like being down, and you don't like being moody, and you don't like being all of this, then change it, bro. Do you get what I'm saying? Then just change it. You can choose. Don't blame anything else. Don't blame the external circumstances. Don't blame your life. Blame you, because it's only you. It's you that has the choice. You can choose anything you want in this life. You can choose to be happy. You can choose to be rich. You can choose to be broke. You can choose to be this. You can choose whatever it is that you want to choose, bro. And the quicker that you understand that everything is a choice, is the quicker that life can just be easy, man. And like, just live life. Like, when it comes to life, like, this is what's worked for me. Find out what you want to do, and find out what you don't want to do, and then live from that. It's that simple, bro. If you don't want to work forever, like, if you don't want to work a 9 to 5 forever, then go and learn a skill that can get you out of that, or go and learn something else that can get you out of that. It's just that simple. Like, choose something that's going to get you out of that. Choose something that's going to do this and that. Life is full of a game of life is full of choices. That's all it is choices that you make. Your current decisions now is based, your current results now in your life is based off your past choices. So what type of choices are you making? What kind of decisions are you making? And if you're not happy with your decisions, don't be like, it's your choices. You have no one else to blame but yourself. Don't blame anyone else. Don't blame circumstances. Don't blame people. Don't blame this. Don't blame that. Don't blame the trees. Don't blame this. Do you get what I'm saying? And that's just like the reality of things. It's genuinely the reality of things. I kind of went off on a tangent. I was meant to actually be talking about mastery, but I kind of just went off on a tangent. So yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna name this video. Maybe Insights of the Week, or I said at the start, I'm just waffling now. I'm a bit hot, so yeah, next video maybe it'll be a whiteboard one. We'll see how I feel. Depending on how I feel, man, I just do these things spontaneously. Try to give value whenever I can. Yeah, and if you enjoyed, listen, like, follow, subscribe. Yeah, and I'll be posting more content daily. Thank you.